Today I review a childhood classic, Max Keeble's Big Move, where a bullied 7th grader finds out he's moving to a new city in a week, so he decides to get revenge on all of his bullies. But before I get started, if you enjoyed this review and you want to watch new reviews that I post every Monday and Fridays, like this video and subscribe to my channel by clicking on the box right here. Max Keeble's Big Move was one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid, and a big reason why is because of the character Max Keeble. He's just such a likable character, it's easy to support him. To me, he was a better version of Ferris Bueller. That's right, I said that. Max Keeble, who's played wonderfully by Alex D. Linz, by the way, was charismatic, clever, cool, while at the same time geeky, caring, and vulnerable. He was a true underdog character that I loved as a kid, but rewatching it today, now, as a grown man, I would fight armies for Max Keeble. I might not win, but gosh darn it, I'll try. And while Max Keeble is a good human being, he still had room to grow. And as you're both going through this movie, you learn a valuable lesson, not just about taking responsibility for your actions, but understanding that your actions affect other people as well. And I thought that was really cool because not a lot of movies focus on that part. You're so focused on the main character that you're not really seeing what's going on with the side characters at all. Like, they're going through stuff too, and this movie really brings that to light. And that's a really deep message for a kids movie in the early 2000s. I also want to shout out Larry Miller as Principal Jindrake. He was the funniest character in this movie just because of how awkward he was. He would say the weirdest lines, which by themselves were funny, but what would make it extra funny is the reactions of the characters that he's talking to. My favorite line by Principal Jindrake is when he's arguing with Max Keeble, and at one point he's like, "You're a clever little boy." "Well, so am I." And Max Keeble just looks at him like, he's just so weird, and all of the characters are acknowledging how weird he is, and I love him so much for that. And the comedy was surprisingly clever for a kids movie. There were a few jokes in here where I was just like, oh, that was really good. I used to think this movie was funny because when I watched it, I was an immature little kid, but it turns out I'm an immature adult. Good job, movie. It also helps when you have actors that are willing to put themselves out there for the extra silly moments. Like, I could tell they were having fun while they were making this movie, and you can feel that energy when you're watching it. So I really appreciated that. Now, this is still a kids movie, so you have a really simple plot, very cheesy dialogue, and you have jokes that just don't land at all. And depending on your tolerance for kids movies, you can either fight through it or it will drive you crazy. But the biggest issue that I had with this movie is that there are moments where its age would show, you know, where the movie would think something's appropriate, but rewatching it now, it's not appropriate at all. For example, there's this girl that Max Keeble has a crush on, and the movie tries so hard to make her sexy, and it's weird. She'll walk into a room, and that Britney Spears song, "Hit Me Baby One More Time," will come on, and she does a hair flip, and she walks seductively in slow motion. This is what it looks like when you're walking seductively, by the way. And I'm like, why are we doing this? Why are we trying to make a little girl sexy? That's gross. Like, have her do anything else. Just have Max Keeble say, "Oh, I have a crush on this girl," and have her do normal things like reading a book or writing. Like, don't try to make little kids sexy. That's gross. You know, I honestly didn't expect to like this movie as much as an adult as I did as a kid, but this movie surprised me. I was having so much fun with it. It was a nostalgic trip that I enjoyed, and it was an hour and a half well spent. Max Keeble's Big Move is a fun ride that leaves you excited for more. Like a roller coaster. Thanks for watching! Click right here to watch more reviews, and to see new reviews, click right here to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss anything.